Welcome to Jack's, where our food is overpriced for how bad it tastes. Anyway, so, as you all know, I work in some sort of grocery store that I can't disclose the name of yet because I don't know how they are about it. But I recently sliced my finger open while I was at work. Now, here's the story of what happened. I was at work, and we were getting ready to close up, and I didn't want to close my case down, but I couldn't because it wasn't time yet. I had like 5 minutes, and if I just would have closed my case down a little bit early, this never would have happened, and I'd be okay. But no, that's not what happened. What actually ended up happening was that I decided, okay, I'll go finish washing my dishes then. So while I'm over and I'm washing my dishes, I was scrubbing this knife with a little scrub brush. My hand slipped, and my finger hit it. This knife has to be sharp enough to cut meat. Frozen meat sometimes. So you must know that went pretty deep on my dang hand. But it sliced my finger open. I wrapped it up in my shirt, put pressure on it, and started going in the first aid kit. I didn't know how deep it was. I just knew I was cut. While I was going out to the first aid kit, this girl, we're going to call her Mackenzie, I ran into her, and luckily, she was somebody who took a class in college about first aid and treating small wounds and stuff like that. So she starts going into mom mode, I guess, and helping me and helping me get it wrapped up, get it cleaned out and all that. So while I'm in the middle of we're getting it washed out with some cold water or whatever, all of a sudden I start feeling a little lightheaded and I'm sweating. So I took my mask off and my hairnet off. I threw them on the ground, and there's like blood just all in the sink. And there's some on the floor. And I'm like, oh, Lord, I got to go to the hospital. I looked at her and said, I'm going to need stitches, aren't I? And she says, yeah, more than likely. I was like, damn. So then she gets it wrapped up, get it over my heart, everything. She's squeezing onto it like it's her cell phone over a cliff. And so other people are coming back there while she's still trying to get it wrapped up and everything. And she gets people to bring me water and all this. I'm like, I haven't had this much attention since I had a seizure in the 5th grade. And, so eventually I called my dad. He had to come get me from work. So he comes to get me, and we leave. We get to the hospital, right? Of course, we had to wait for damn ever. But I'm sitting there cutting up jokes with the nurses and everything. I mean, at this point, it's just character development, right? I'm making a video about it. Hopefully I'll cash in on it somehow. I don't know. But no. If I wasn't being stupid, this never would have happened, to be honest. Clarification, I wasn't following all safety protocols. Anyway, so I start to go back to this other room. They're taking the bandage off and they're rewrapping it and everything and putting a new bandage on it and all of that. And all of a sudden we hear this lady just start screaming, I own this hospital, I this, I that, I'm the head of the CIA. And it's like, what are you on? So apparently, I guess she liked a little ice in her water, if you know what I'm saying. Now, I finally, at 1 o'clock in the morning, get discharged from the hospital. And right when I was leaving, the little cute girl that was discharging me, I looked dead right at her and I said, by the way, you could keep my number too for your purposes. So, all in one day, I witnessed a person high on drugs, cut my finger open, got stitches, got attention from everybody in the dang store, and yeah. So I had a fun night. I also did some other things that I can't necessarily disclose right now that we're not going to talk about, because I don't know if I can yet. I'll probably touch up on those later.